On a Friday, nothing like it. We got fire and we got flags, red ones. This is the red flag segment where I sit down here in my basement on my ironing board desk and I challenge things like you would with the red flag, things I don't agree with, things that are grinding my gears, and then each one of my co-hosts in parts unknown across the country will say challenge accepted, Kyle, or nah, fam, challenge denied. Let's get into it. Challenge flag number one. This one is going to come your way, Burleson. Pay attention. I am flagging anyone who is still equating the Packers drafting Jordan Love in 2020 to them taking Aaron Rodgers in 2005. That does not justify the pick. It doesn't mean it's just all going to work out. And really, it doesn't even make sense. Now, let's remember, folks, the Packers took Rodgers for two reasons. Number one, they could not count on Favre to keep playing. Brett's favorite hobby was flirting with retirement. He did it often. He got off on it. He did it openly to anyone who would listen for years, even major media members calling playoff games that Brett was playing in. Watch this.
Ooh.
Here's the can of worms. He said he's going to play next year. Unless the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl this year, he will seriously contemplate hanging it up.
Do I think there's a chance that he could retire if they won the Super Bowl? Yeah. Based on what he was telling us, I think there's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, and millions of people were watching that on Fox. You don't think the Packers front office was paying attention to that? They were, and then they acted on it. Rodgers, meanwhile, just 3 weeks before this past draft, said explicitly that he wants to play the remaining 4 years of his contract as a Packer, and then said beyond that as well if it keeps going well. They can totally count on Rodgers, or at least they could. Reason number two the Packers took Rodgers back in the day. He was a prolific prospect, guys, a number one overall pick talent that was still there at number 24. It'd be like if Joe Burrow or Sam Darnold was sitting around available for the 24th pick. It was a miracle, so much so that Ted Thompson on his draft call to Rodgers openly said, I think divine intervention played a role in us getting you. Packers fans on TV wearing Favre jerseys were chanting Rodgers' name. It was wildly different. Jordan Love, a reach pick, a project pick, and really still an inexplicable pick that does nothing for the Packers' current quarterback and has nothing to do with their last one. Challenge on the field. There it goes. Burleson, yes or no?
You know what? This week I've been on the other side of the argument, but that was well said, and I didn't look at it from that perspective. So I accept the challenge, Kyle. Well done.
Love Nate on a Friday. He'll agree with anything. I'm going to try to hit the power button with my flag, Nate, like you do when you pretend you're having technical difficulties and you kick out the power cord. Here we go. This one is for Kay Adams. Kay, we've seen several times over the years draft prospects get endorsements based purely on their names. And I have a problem that we're not seeing it yet this year. 2017, the Chargers took Forrest Lamp. He had a light bulb and lamp endorsement before the draft. We're talking about a Western Kentucky offensive lineman. That same year, a toilet paper endorsement went to Michigan tight end Jake Butt. I'm not making that up. It's true. And then last year, Redskins' Montez Sweat was dropping into deodorant commercials because his last name was Sweat. So I'm not seeing it yet with this year's draft class, and I have a problem. And I have some suggestions. Okay. It should be easy. Chase Young, right off the bat. This is simple. You got Chase Bank. You got Ernst & Young, or you go a totally different direction. If you're chasing Young, maybe there's some sort of sugar daddy website that has cash. It can all work. Henry Ruggs, easy. Persian, area, throw rug. Rugs, there's rug shops everywhere in normal times. Or maybe you go and you sell toupees, which I heard are back now. Toupees, right? All right. Yeah. CD Lamb. There has to be to the point almost where hipsters want compact discs again, right? There has to be an ironic Sam Goody somewhere or like a niche Columbia House online that will cut CD a check. I think that works. And then the easiest one of all, Jalen Hurts. I'm talking ibuprofen, Band-Aids, back pain, or you go totally the other way and do bail bonds. Hi, I'm Jalen Hurts, and if you ever get put in jail and you can't afford bail, Jalen Hurts. Local commercial, Philadelphia, money, simple. But, okay, I also want to help out the people who are lesser-known names farther down in the draft. For example, Ravens 7th rounder Geno Stone. Geno, you're in Baltimore and you're named after a crab. That should be cash money for you. Falcons 3rd rounder Matt Hennessy? Matt, do you know how much irresponsible money is thrown at cognac? And dude, you're playing in Atlanta. Just saying. How about this? Eagles 6th rounder, Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley is back in Philadelphia, guys, and they're starving for NBA. Just say you're 7'6" and you're from BYU, and you can show up for an autograph signing and they won't care. Last two, okay, we got Seahawks 4th rounder, DJ Dallas. That's his name, DJ Dallas. That sounds like someone who is at Ultra and you can be bought for $80 on Cameo. That's cash money. And my favorite one, Broncos 3rd runner, Lloyd Cushenberry. I will buy anything from some guy named Lloyd Cushenberry. Cushenberry sounds like a funky cereal, and he should be endorsing it. This is to all of those people's representatives that have not yet secured them those endorsements. Kay, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Mom, don't forget to buy the box of Cushenberry cereal from the store.
Right.
I'm totally in on this. And my suggestion would be, is there a world where a Patrick queen-size mattress gets an endorsement? Something in that world? Jordan Love, is there a Tinder? Is there a Tinder connection there we can work out and sort out? So yeah, I'm absolutely accepting this challenge.
Tremendous.
Unbelievable response. That is great. You stir the Cushenberry cereal, it turns the milk all pink. It's incredible. Nate, you like Cushenberries.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Last one. Peter, this is for you. Get ready, Schrager. I have to flag, I never thought I would say this, but I have to flag Mr. Irrelevance. I respect the tradition, but the guy who was selected with the final pick in the draft, in a lot of ways, gets a better reception than the guy taken with the first pick. Over the years, Mr. Irrelevant has gotten Disney trips, golf clubs, golf bags. There's a banquet for them. They throw out pitches at MLB games. It's Mr. Celebrity, especially this year, Peter. Mr. Irrelevant was Tay Crowder, a Georgia SEC linebacker who was a Butt Kiss finalist. He's already had the national adulation. You know who I feel for this year and every year? The guy who gets taken right before Mr. Irrelevance, the kid who was drafted, the pick just before him. You still have to be this buzzer beater last-second draft pick and sit there for days with your family, but you get none of the internet fame, none of the golf club. That's the guy who's Mr. Irrelevant, but not anymore. The second to last guy, I am now calling him Mr. Important. And this year's Mr. Important, it is so unbelievably perfect. Mr. Important, the 254th overall pick and new Denver Bronco, is North Dakota State defensive tackle Derek Tuska.
Of course.
Derek Tuska is my man. Let me tell you about Derek Tuska. Mr. Important. He's a national champion. Derek Tuska is a pilot. Derek Tuska is not on Twitter. And Derek Tuska has a college degree in crop and weed sciences. And my friends, he just got drafted by the Colorado team. That's Mr. Important. And he joins his own fraternity. How about some second to lasters, Peter? Guys who just missed getting showered with all the internet fame and the Disney trips, over the years. Anthony Carter was Mr. Important.
Great
had
player.
227 yards in a playoff game once. Austin Prohl, Ricky's kid. Dan Gronkowski, Rob's brother. How about this, Mr. Important? Rolf Benirschke.
Yes.
Chargers legend and former Wheel of Fortune host. Hello, Vanna. Second to last pick. Of course, Vanna will go #1 overall. And lastly, Tyrone Braxton, incredibly, also from North Dakota State, also to the Broncos, and he won 2 Super Bowls. Second to last draft pick. All these gentlemen very relevant. They welcome Derek Tuska with open arms, and so should we. Please follow Derek Tuska on Instagram. You can find him at Derek Tuska. This flag is for Mr. Irrelevance, but this fanhood is for Mr. Important on the field.
I mean, I love it. I'm going to accept it. And in honor of Tuska, I think it should be a parade right through the city of Bismarck. I'm in for it. Let's do it. You get your parade. All the Mr. Importants go right through Bismarck, ticker tape parade every single year in the middle of April. I would love it. Kyle, great job. I've got to leave, though. I've got an engagement with DJ Dallas. He's going to be recording a Mazel Tov Bar Mitzvah video on Cameo for my friends. So enjoy. Thank you, Kyle.
Okay, good. Yes.
Well,
yes.
Triggs, you can't go anywhere because, yeah, I heard, Triggs, that he who loves Patrick Mahomes like a second son wants to see something else from him this next year. What? What is that?
We're not done. This was 57 yards in the air, Kay. This was a nice pass. We enjoyed the Wasp.
Yeah.
I need a little bit more in 2020. Let's see what else we can do.